What's going on, everybody? How are you? Welcome back to episode 6. Or episode 6 or episode 7? 7. Episode 7 of the Deep State News Network. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day out there. It is May. I'm trying to think of... it's the 7th today. I was thinking it was the 6th for some reason. I'm sorry. Let me make my screen bigger here, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I always start out with a big screen. Big screen, you know what I mean? All right, guys. So I uploaded... first things first. If you're first time seeing this video, I created this channel maybe a year or so ago, and it started off as a recovery channel because I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and I kind of want to incorporate both of the like news and things that are important, and also my mental health, drug addiction, anything really. I really am just whatever comes to my heart or my mind, I like to speak on. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoy this kind of content, which it's going to be getting a whole lot better because I'm I took like 7 pages of notes last night watching a video about all these little things that you can do, like literally matching like your brands and your colors on your page, and making sure you have like all the things in the description, and there's just so much that I need to do better, because I would usually just pop the video up, put a few links in the description, and be like, that's cool. But I don't think I can really grow that way, you know what I mean? So, but if you guys want to become part of the Newsy family here, which we are the #1 rated news station on YouTube, by myself, I'm rated myself that, but in my mind I am, and we will be one day. So make sure you subscribe and join the Newsy channel. We're bringing Newsy back. Newsy's gone, man. That was like a thing, when newspapers were a thing, and it's all digital now. So we got a very special episode, guys. We got a very special episode today. I'm trying to fix my audio here as I'm talking to you. It's not working out very well though. There we go. Oh, that got loud though. Oh. How's that? Is it better? That might be better. How we doing? I think we're doing better. All right, guys. So, the very first thing that we are going to do is you're going to go subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. But make sure you share with a friend, comment, become part of the family. I want you guys to come here every day to get your daily dose of, man, I needed to hear that, or wow, that was a crazy story, or whatever, whatever you guys may get from the channel, I'm grateful, and that's all that I can do. So we have our very first segment of DAVEY page views review. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Dave Portnoy. He's like a comedian. I think I showed him to you guys on a video the other day. He's a comedian. He's a gambler. He's an actor. He's what is he most known for? He's on the BFF podcast. I'm an idiot. He's most known for Barstool Sports. He created Barstool Sports when Tom Brady was suspended for 4 games, when Deflategate was happening, which I don't know if you guys know about that, but they were accused of deflating the balls like by a third of the way or something, so that Brady could grip them better, and that's why they were winning so much, the Patriots. And it turns out it wasn't true, but they still suspended him for 4 days. So Dave Portnoy and his boys went to Roger Goodell's office and like did it like a strike. You know what I mean? They sat there handcuffed on the floor, and they took him to jail for a day. They just sit in jail for a day, and then that's kind of how Barstool Sports started, I believe. But I don't know the whole story. But what he's best known for now, I think he's done about 750, 800. He drives around and he reviews pizzas. He's a very tough scorer. Everybody knows the rules. One bite, score 1 to 10. But Dave's very tough. Dave is very tough. He's done 800. He's given out about 20, like 9s and 10s. It's like 8 and below. 7 is good. 7 is good. 7.5 is good. 8 is like you're going 20 miles to get it. 9 is like out of this world. We're gonna go across the country to get it. And then 10 is like, heavenly at this point. I mean, God made the pizza. If you're a 10, so Dave's tough, man. So I thought to myself, who's reviewing Dave though? Who's checking Dave when Dave's wrong? Because there's nothing that I do better, I think, than review something. Reviewing something's. I mean, pizza, Dave. You're the pizza king. I mean, what? Okay, that's cool, Dave. I got much respect for you, man. I love you very much, and I hope somehow, some way, this gets big enough and you hear about it and you enjoy it. But every week, maybe we'll do a Davey Page Views. That's his name on the thing here. And Dave, I got a bone to pick with you real quick before we get started on this episode, this first segment of Davey Page Views review. I think I'm gonna get a bite counter, Dave, because you're always like one bite. Everybody knows the rules, one bite, and then you take like 4 bites right after you said that. And I think you do it on purpose. I think people are so dumb anymore. They hear you say that, well, everybody knows the rules, and then or you're just I don't know, because I haven't talked to you, but it might be where you're putting it all in at once, and then you're getting one bite. You take like 3 or 4 bites, but one full mouth, maybe one bite. I don't know. And then you got to have the crust in there with the pizza. You got to do it all together. And you are the best pizza reviewer I've ever seen. So I figured, hey, let's start getting some more of your content out there. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a very funny segment. I think people are going to like it because I think you're very likable. So let's get started, guys. Something you guys enjoy. I want the Deep State News family to enjoy this segment. If you guys don't, let me know in the comments and we will do something different, But all right, here we go. Our first segment of Davey Page Views review. Everybody knows the rules. 1 review per week. Score 1 to 10.
Witness
Canelo first.
Face the fearless.
No one's undone Billy Joe Saunders. No one's beaten him.
Canelo versus Saunders, May 8th.
Can Billy Joe Saunders defeat Canelo?
Download the DAZN app.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys rock, guys.
Thank you.
Keep it real, man.
Thank you. Keep it real in the free world, as that guy was telling me.
Keep on rocking the free world.
Keep on rocking in the free world. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Barnaby's.
I'm gonna say real quick before he even gets started, like Dave makes the show, in my opinion. But what also makes the show is like whatever is happening around him, and then his reaction to it. He's a very good reaction guy. He just knows what he comes off the top of his head. Like he's very good at flowing, talking to people, whatever. And it's just, I'm telling you guys, there's about 800 of these things on YouTube, and I have been binge watching them because it's just, he's a truth guy. He speaks his mind, and he's funny. He's funny and he's successful, man. And he's, I want to say real quick, he could maybe do a little bit better on the, he just doesn't give a fuck, man. Really. And I shouldn't have swore, but he doesn't care. And I get it. Like he built his company on the way he runs things, which is his way, and he's never changed. So, and people are always coming at him like, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. And he's like, what do you mean? I just sold my company, half my company, for $450 million last year. What do you mean I can't do it my way? I just did it, and it worked. So, but that's him, man. So let's get into it.
He actually asked me a question I just couldn't answer. He's like, I have one little question. Like, I asked one question, like, sure. He's like, what's your key to it all? It's a tough question. How did I answer him? I don't know, just be me. And that's when he said, well, yeah, man, keep rocking in the free world. Barnaby's, established 1968. We're in Northbrook, Illinois. Is there anything more...
Sorry, Prez.
No, that's all right. Is there anything more like Illinois than Skokie, that word Skokie?
Oh, yeah, he's referred to at Barstool Sports as El Presidente because he is the CEO. So everybody around the USA knows him as Prez or El Prez.
I don't know. It's 960 Skokie Boulevard. See what we got. this guy who saw us on the live stream.
I did. I saw you on the live stream.
Beat us. It's like, how the hell does he know we're here? He wanted. What'd you bet?
I said $5 bet. If it's over 8, I win. I'm gonna take the over. You take the under.
All right, I'll try
Yeah,
not to
yeah,
rig
yeah.
it. These boxes continue to get the best of me. So this place is highly recommended. One of the most recommended Barnaby's. We drove what, half an hour, 35 minutes to get here. So there. Now that is the thinnest I've seen in the pub stop. And I saw the picture. They do something with the crust. It's like a fancy. Is this?
Yeah, okay, Dave, but it just took you 4.5 minutes to get the box open, bud. So, I mean, I'm just going to throw that in there. I'm just putting that in there. We're doing Davey PAGEVIEWS reviews. So I got to review Dave on what he's doing. I'm not reviewing the pizza. You know, I'm giving Dave a 1 through 10 on how I think he scored this pizza and how he did. And the box was tough, Dave. I mean, that might have taken a point or two off, but we'll see.
This is an oatmeal crust of some sort, I think people said. Lighter than what I've had. Yeah, see?
Boy.
What?
Cornmeal.
Cornmeal, thank you. So it's cornmeal crust. I don't know what I'll think of that. Unique. But it is lighter than what I've had. One bite, everyone knows rules. Barnaby's. By the way, as you saw in an earlier pizza review, I bit my tongue. We showed it.
Ooh. That's the worst thing. That is the worst thing.
I just bit the fuck out of my tongue. I'm playing absolute hurt. My tongue's probably gushing. I almost lost my tongue. It was that big of a bite. Like, do you know how to zoom yet, Spider?
Oh my God, Dave.
Hang on.
You got it?
He said I almost lost my tongue. Dave,
Hi.
Dave, we're not getting anything, bud.
Long
I
story
did see
short,
the bruise. I did see
I
the
don't
bruise or
fake it.
something.
Like, I literally almost lost my tongue. So I'm playing hurt today, whatever it is, what it is. This is pretty.
Another thing I'm going to throw in here quickly is that Dave is definitely a male version of Karen. He's very dramatic. He's very, very dramatic. I mean, something happens that he doesn't like, or to him, he's going to let you know about it. And so, like, him biting his tongue, even though it is his own teeth and his own fault that he bit his own tongue, he's going to make it seem like it was somebody else's fault. But that's just Dave, and we love him for it. So
Good. What it is unique with the cornmeal.
everybody knows the rules, Dave. All right, Dave. Last thing I got to call you out on here, bud. Everybody knows the rules. 1 bite, Dave. Score 1 through 10. You took about 6 bites by now, buddy. So I'm confused on where we're getting the 1 bite knee-jerk reaction, mind you. Knee-jerk reaction. It's supposed to be. I mean, you got 2 slices down, Dave. You got 2 cuts down. You should have had the knee-jerk reaction by now, man.
Never really had pizza like this before. Very unique. I get it. I get the hype. I understand why people. Chicago, a lot of people have given me places with hype, and they don't live up to it. This one does. One of the first ones, I'm like, okay, I get why people are telling me to come here. I'm gonna go.
He gets very disappointed when somebody like hypes places up, and he goes. He drove like 4 hours to this one place, and somebody hyped it up so much, and it was terrible. But all right, let's finish it up here, and then do our score. We always let the guest score first. Dave.
This is where I get confused. He did the 8 bet. It's very good. And is it an 8 in Chicago? Yeah, it may be. Is it an 8 in my world of pizza, like a true 8? No, it's Now
it takes about like maybe 8 episodes, I'd say, to get used to Dave's scoring. Dave has a 1 through 10 scale, but his what would be a 10 to somebody else is like a 7. So decimal points count, and it's always a rookie score. If you go a whole number, it's always a rookie score. You can't go a whole number. You always got to have a decimal in there. There's always a little 0.2, 0.5, 0.9 where you can get from somewhere else. You can add it, you can take it away. There's always a point somewhere that you can, work with. So he's very tough with his scoring, though. But that's what makes him good. He's on it.
I go 7-8.
7-8.
7-8. I think it's really good.
Good score.
I would drive to taste it.
I mean, honestly, Dave, it seems like a little bit of a rookie score, but I don't know.
But it's just, again, not my true style of the coal fire. 7-8 Barnaby's, very good pizza, highly recommend. And by the way, I would say you have to drive to taste it because there's nothing like it. 7-8 Barnaby, and by the way, awesome on the inside. All the places in Chicago, awesome atmosphere, feels like exactly what you expect. 7-8 Barnaby's review.
All right, you guys, there it is. There is our first segment of Davey Page Views review. And now let's review them. So, Dave, I'm going to give you here, I'm going to explain my score a little bit. I mean, you do this sometimes, and sometimes you explain with your mouth more. You know what I mean? I always look for, this is what I do, Dave. When I see you tasting a piece of pizza, this is going to sound weird because like I'm like looking at your face, but I can always tell like where it's going to be at from that first bite that you take. You know, everybody knows the rules, one bite. As you proceed to eat the whole slice, which I don't understand, but I'm going to ask you one day why that is. I think it's just kind of like a comedy thing because I crack up every time because it's like one bite, everybody knows the rules, and then he like takes 3 bites and laughs. Like, so I feel like it's on purpose, but you know, I don't know. It's got to be. But what the heck was I going to say now? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, the box. You had trouble with the box, Dave, and you had trouble with the box here. So I gotta take at least a point or two away from that. I mean, it took you a minute to get that box open, Dave. It's just a piece of cardboard with some flaps on it, you know. And your reaction was not good to those little thin square slices. You know, I feel like you're used to a little bit of thin. You like the thin. I know you like the thin with the crispy crust, no flop. That didn't look like it had a lot of flop on it. I don't think you called it out for that. I'm gonna give you, Dave. I'm going to give you an 8.1 for this video. I'm giving you an 8.1. You did very good. I think an 8.1 is a great score. You may find that my scoring system is a little bit different than yours, but I will never give you a rookie score, Dave. So that is our first segment, guys, of Davey Page Views review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's move on to our next segment. All right, everybody. So let's move on to our next segment. We are going to be talking about the Convid 6458 today, and that's just what I'm calling it from now on because you know, we've been lied to so much about it, and they haven't been honest from the get-go, and then you know, people started to realize that, and then they just kept being dishonest, and now they have no choice but to keep the lie up. So it's never going to end, guys. It may end someday, but it's never really going to end, you know, because the destruction that has happened from this, you know, this virus, which we've been living with for lots of years, and getting over. I'm sick right now myself. I think I might have it right now, honestly. I feel so achy and just like crap. I feel like shit. So I don't know. I hope I don't have it, but I might. But we'll see. I'll definitely give you guys a review of what it's like if I do. All right, guys, let's get into our next segment. We're going to go on to Convid 6485. Here we go. Share my screen here. Boom, there we go. All right. Get our first story pulled up. Oh my gosh, this thing. There it is. All right, everybody. So our first story is it's from New York Post and Shay. I'm not sure who Shay is. This might be the wrong thing. Oh no, I got it right here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is like not looking good here. I'm messing this whole thing up. Right. Anyway, it says a New York commissioner says he stopped listening to Cuomo's subway crime worries. I know I want to talk about this again. I forgot. But it says down here that NYPD Commissioner Dermot Shea on Friday fired back at Governor Andrew Cuomo over his concerns about subway crime. Snipping, I stopped listening a long time ago. The top cop appearing on Fox 5's Good Day New York was peppered, with questions about recent violence on the rails in light of unprovoked attack. I mean, if this ain't Gotham City we're talking about, I don't even know what we're talking about. We got the subway rail. On Gerard Sykes, an off-duty MTA conductor on a J train at Crescent Street on Wednesday night. 2 days earlier, Cuomo had pointed the finger at his political foe. And Shay's boss, Big Apple Mayor Bill de Blasio, we all know him. He's an idiot. He does nothing for the city. But he's on the news a lot, so that's good. Makes a lot of sense. He's on the news a lot to talk about nothing. He's getting nothing done. Oh, boy. And I unfortunately live in this state, so. Big Apple Mayor Bill de Blasio for turning the subways into a... So Cuomo blamed de Blasio for turning the subways into a rolling homeless shelter, claiming the situation was worse than ever during the dangerous 1970s. Now, the reason I put this story in our top, and you guys didn't even see it there, I have it right on the screen. It says counted 6,457. I titled this segment that, and I put this in there because they're saying that the reason they're blaming each other back and forth, guys, it's very simple. The reason that there's whatever's going on in the subway right now is because you guys shut the subways down because there was this scary virus that was going to drop everybody dead all over the world running rampant for the last year. I mean, did you expect people, like people listened, you know, and that's the sad part about it is people listened. You guys said, do this, and we all did it. And you guys got what you wanted. You got that transfer of wealth, man. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I just, it's crazy to me that there's a thing here where they're like, we don't know how, you know, where the crime's coming from and all this and why this. Sorry, guys, I'm having an issue with my microphone today, but it says Cuomo also said this past week, I'm not telling my child to ride the subway because I'm afraid for my child. That's your choice. But, you know, you also have to suffer. Andrew Cuomo is very good at making like huge decisions for the whole city of New York. And then when something goes wrong, he like wins an award. Like that's how things have been for Cuomo. He's taken no responsibility for any of this. It's all been Trump's fault. It's all been this and that. It's, dude, the reason the subways are fucked up is because you guys closed them for like 8 months. Like, do you not see that? So, I mean, I had to put this in there, but let's move on to our next counted 6,457 segment. USA has a long way to go in having young Americans vaccinated. And I wanted to talk about this because I believe this should be a choice. I don't believe it should be forced on parents to vaccinate their children. It says right here. Again, we went with the New York Post on this one. Oh, I went a little too far. The U.S. still has a long way to go to get young Americans vaccinated against COVID-19. Despite the rampant up pace of immunizations, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention chief warned Friday. No. Good Lord. This is not going well. What is happening right now? Okay, I found it. He warned Friday only about 1/5 of 18 to 29-year-olds and less than 1/3 of 30 to 39-year-olds in the U.S. are carefully vaccinated. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said during a virtual White House coronavirus briefing, by contrast, more than 2/3 of people over the age of 65 are already fully vaccinated. Walensky noted, urging young Americans to go out and get jabbed. But the problem I have with this is that the young Americans were told that we had nothing to worry about and we're already healthy. And so why are they still pushing young, healthy Americans to get this in them? I don't, it makes no sense, guys. Please take a step back and think about it for a second. Why is a healthy person who has nothing wrong with them, like I can get through some aches and pains, some chills and a cold for like, you know, a few days a week, whatever it is. You know, we've done it before. I mean, it's just killing me that it's turned into this production. And like there's a lot of people that have woken up though, and I have to be grateful for that. There's so many people that have seen the truth and seen what's going on here, and I'm very grateful for that. So I'm not going to spend any more time on this topic. So let's move on to segment number 3. All right, we got here. What do I got for us? I forgot. I didn't forget. It's mental health. I know that. It's a very important topic to me. Oh yes. Okay. So this is all right. We got New York Post again here. I couldn't believe this story. I'm actually not going to like gosh, you guys can see it there. I'm gonna get rid of it real quick because that would like all right. So a Pennsylvania couple apparently like did something crazy to their young ones. Like something terrible, something you can't come back from. And it made me think because I remember when I was in one of my outpatient rehabs one time. Our counselor, the whole hour she just like educated us on like trauma, and like not something that happened to you personally, but like when one of your friends like goes through something and then like they want to share it with you just because like they're struggling, but then it's like really crazy, you know, and they don't warn you or something, like, you know, it's just it has a traumatic effect on the person that's just hearing it and didn't even go through it, because when our friends tell us something, we're playing it through in our head, we're watching what's happening, so it's almost like we're there, you know. And so I don't understand the media, and I if you guys have not yet done so, please subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, comment, all that good stuff. I did put out a trailer today. You guys can go and watch it on the channel. It is about the media and how for the last, I don't know, 80 years, a lot of media anyway has been controlling brains and minds, and unfortunately, I feel like that's their goal. That's their ultimate goal with media anymore. It's not entertainment anymore. It's to influence and persuade. You know, it's not left up to you to make the choice of whether you want to, like, you know, listen to it or whatever. It's like the way they word things, and there's a script, and they say it certain ways, and it subconsciously messes people up, man. And it's crazy. But this Pennsylvania couple did something bad to their kids, and I'm just wondering why they've already been arrested and stuff. They're not out there harming anybody else. So why was it urgent to post this to the world, to let the world know that this couple did this to their kids? Like, because there's going to be so many people that are going to be affected by that and be like, oh my God, you know, and feel it inside, like feel terrible for those kids, man. What was the urgency in broadcasting this? Like, why did we need to know about it? All right. That was a Dave Portnoy move there. I don't know. But I'm just saying, man, I don't get it. And some of you may agree with me, some of you may not. I don't know. But I just don't understand why this would be something important, because that right there is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. The programming and the mainstream media and how they do things these days, man. It's crazy. But anyway, guys, that's our episode for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you guys will check us out tomorrow. We will be back for episode 8. And tomorrow we're going to have a very, very, very special topic you guys are not going to want to miss. I hope everybody's a great day. I love you guys so much. I love you so, so much. I appreciate you. I salute you. Peace out, everybody.